Welcome to episode 25. The number that was worn by one of my idols, Ricky Henderson, back in the day, by the way. Episode 25 of the Illinois podcast. I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Neha. How you doing today, babe?
I'm feeling 22.
Oh, snap. All
I
right.
gotta make a shout out to Caitlin Clark.
Yes, and
What up?
I'm feeling Nirvana, but I'm always doing better because I'm with you, buddy. So thanks for asking how I'm doing.
I made that presumption, but we are back.
We're back. So anyways, thank you again for joining us. Hope we can keep going, keep growing. We're having fun doing it. We hope you guys are having fun along the way as well. Let's move our focus to not the dub,
but the N.
The NBA. No other N words were NBA. And a couple things like really kind of have like standing out lately. A lot of movement,
Popping off.
A lot of things been popping off. A lot of sweet jump shots.
I mean, the season is over.
Yes,
but
never
there
stop.
are things in action.
Don't stop. Never stop. Don't stop. So the first thing I wanted to mention is that Klay Thompson, one of the OGs, one of the Splash Brothers. Him along with Steph formed the greatest shooting backcourt in NBA history.
Mm-hmm.
Great dude too. I hope you've had the opportunity to hear him talk. And
yeah, he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy, real free spirit. He kind of reminds me of someone I know. But he became a free agent, and he left, and now he's going to the Mavs.
Left the Golden State Warriors
to go to the Mavs. And one of the things I will say is he's dealt with a lot of injuries lately, and he's not really the player he once was. Not that anybody really is, but really because of his physical limitations. With the way that the NBA salary cap is actually set up right now, it causes really tough decisions. And I know Draymond Green and Steph Curry would love to keep playing with Klay. But it just doesn't really seem like the money was there. I know Klay was also kind of offended to some degree last year when Steve Kerr, the coach, Chicago, three-time champion, and four-time coach, by the way, and two-time champion with the Spurs. So the guy's got 9 total championships. By the way, Steve Kerr, Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. But he didn't like the fact that he got benched. And Steve Kerr made a business decision last year, and as any good coach would, and just say, hey, I got to put my best 5 on the court. So now
you got to pick your starters.
You got it. You're right. And so now Klay's going to play with Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie and Luka. The clutch combo.
Clutch combo. So it should be interesting. I do think the Mavericks would have benefited in the finals last year against the Celtics if they would have had Klay.
Yeah.
And instead of getting the gentleman sweep, as you like to refer to.
Maybe the Wolverine or the Insignia sweep.
Yeah, they would have probably won one more game, but still the Celtics were so damn good. But anyways.
And going into that.
Yeah.
Why the Celtics are so good.
Yeah.
And the
transition.
Monetary reciprocation.
Right.
We'll see.
So to give us some context, last year, Jaylen Brown received a maximum extension, and he got to like $285 million or something like that for 5 years, which is insane.
Yeah.
Last year.
For NBA.
Yes.
I know. We know in the NFL the quarterbacks are getting banked.
I think the quarterbacks in the NFL are kind of getting paid what the stars in the NBA are right now because of the globalization of the NBA and how they've situated contracts and so on and so forth. And they're fully guaranteed, which is different than NFL players, where an NFL player, and we're going to get to where we're going, but the NFL player could do a 5 for $300 million contract, but get basically $150 million guaranteed, which basically means that's all he's getting, unless he continues on.
Well, I think it's like 500 for 10 years, right? Or is it like 500 for 5 years?
I was just using random example.
I don't know all these figures. Yeah. I'm kind of new to the sports world.
No, not anymore though. Not after doing podcasts for quite a while now. Over 6 months.
I mean, I know. Like back in my 10 to 15 years, I just kind of loved the sports. I didn't really know what was going on. Yeah. And now I know.
Yeah. Well,
now I know. So I better know the answers.
You're inundated by a lot of sports.
I gotta know. I have to know the answers now. If you ask me, If I don't know,
Yeah.
I'm going to be embarrassed.
Yes. Nice. Very true. You don't want to get embarrassed. No. But Jayson Tatum now.
And I don't want to embarrass him.
You can never do. But Jayson Tatum just signed a contract, 5 years.
Like $314
million, which is awesome because he's from St. Louis, Missouri. And do you know what the area code in St. Louis is?
314.
You did your research. I love it.
Going down, baby. Shoot, baby.
Okay.
Get married up. Listen to me now. Light it up. Take a puff. Pass it to me now.
Okay. Hey, you know what? Since I randomly sing all the time on this, I'm glad you just did right there.
Take a ride. Wait.
I think we're good, honey.
Okay. I'm not going to go all Nelly style.
You did that. If you want about a good ride with me, take a ride with the phone with the dance CD. Oh, why must I feel this? Hey, it must be the money. But anyways.
Okay. All right.
That was great.
We're not in our 20s or college.
No. But we kind of are in our head. But, but anyways, Jayson Tatum is now the highest paid player in the NBA.
Where's he from?
We just talked about this.
He's from St. Louis.
We just said.
And he's got the 314. And he got paid 314.
Baby girl, we just covered this.
Yeah.
What's up? We just covered this before you wanted to do a song catch up.
We don't know what's up.
Okay.
What's up?
Yes.
Hi.
So anyways, a lot of other stuff happening in the NBA. It is off season right now. So there's a lot of movement, a lot of other things.
People are going on vacay.
They are.
Yeah. And we're going to Indianapolis next week to see Caitlin. What's up?
Go. We are. Yes.
I'm feeling 22.
Okay. But Paul George also left the Clippers, and he signed with the 76ers, which would be cool too. But anyways, we're not going to concentrate too much on that.
We're not going to get into the details.
Not too much. No. It's off season.
Because it's all about the W, right?
Well, it's a nice contingency.
Talk to us 10 years from now, and it's all going to be about the W.
It very well could be. And we're going to talk about some of those reasons why it could be. But the first thing I did want to mention, since she does play on the Chicago Sky, and she is one of my top three favorite players in the yeah. Kelsey, Caitlin, and Angel. Angel.
Kelsey Mitchell or Kelsey Plum?
Kelsey Plum.
She scored 34 points last night.
I know she did
on the Vegas
against the Fever.
Against the Fever.
Yeah. I think Asia also popped in 28 points, 9 rebounds.
Yeah, together they did 60 something.
Yes, yeah, they crushed it. But Angel Reese has been named the Rookie of the Month for June. And
she's a beast too. I mean, she's a dog. We talked about it last week.
Yeah, and I love the fact that she said that too, because I think all women, if you want to be dogs, women be dogs. Yeah,
if you want to be a beast, be a beast.
Be a beast. Be
Ladies,
a beast.
It's time.
Sean, you know what I'm
talking about. It's time.
But Angel Reese, Rookie of the Month, a couple really notable stats, just really quick with her, and then we're going to kind of come back to her after we talk about the next thing too. But she currently is one away from tying Naperville Central. What up from Illinois? Candace Parker's record for consecutive double-doubles. She's one away from tying the record. And she also leads the entire WNBA in rebounds per game.
Nice.
And she's rookie. And
nice.
Everyone. And she just took over Asia. So kudos to you, Angel. We love you. I know you're the Chocolate Barbie. You love that nickname, and we love it too. So keep doing your thing. We're going to come back to you in a second.
What about Caitlin? I mean, she almost did a triple-double.
She did.
Caitlin, one away from a triple-double.
Yeah, Caitlin, the game that we wanted to talk about is when she basically played against one of her childhood idols, Diana Taurasi. And Diana, and I see Dana all the time. Diana Taurasi. And, Diana made some headlines that I think were way overblown when she talked smack about Caitlin.
It wasn't smack.
It wasn't at all.
It was just
Context is, she said, just when Caitlin was in college, she's just going to have to be prepared. She's going to be playing against women in this league, and it's a whole different ball of wax. And she's right.
And it was just hey, just be prepared.
Yeah. And
she totally respects Caitlin, and Caitlin, loves Diana.
Yeah, and she
looked up to her growing up.
And it was cool. Diana had a really awesome game, and she came out on fire.
Caitlin did too.
Caitlin played wonderfully.
She had one rebound away from a triple-double,
which no rookie in WNBA has ever done. And I think the cool thing would be to figure out how many rookies ended up only one away, because I bet you it's a really short list.
I think Reese do. Yeah. Reese is
I don't know about the assists
though. She's one of my top 3. Sabrina and Caitlin, top 3.
Yeah. I love you, Angel. Don't worry, you're always gonna be up.
It's Angel's in my top 5.
There you go. But it was really cool, and it was really cool, like afterwards, to see them, embrace and talk, and Diana just basically gave Caitlin, encouragement to just keep going. Caitlin Clark and Angel both made the All-Star team.
And I mean, Caitlin.
Well,
how many votes did Caitlin get to be on the All-Star team?
So this is, and I know I shared this with you earlier today.
It's like shattering.
This is crazy. So last year, A'ja Wilson, who is the best player in the WNBA, I think unequivocally, she's the best player in the WNBA. She's leading the league in points. She's actually averaging the most points per game anybody in WNBA history has ever done in a season. That's what A'ja's doing right now. Second in rebounds to Angel, of course. But Caitlin has Caitlin and Angel made the All-Star team. Caitlin has some really unique stats. One stat that shows how much growth she still has is Caitlin is like 10 away from having the most turnovers in WNBA history, and we're only like halfway through the season.
Well, that's because she's so magical at passing.
Well, I think,
and sometimes her teammates miss the pass because her passing ability is so magnetic.
And also, she's playing against a lot of women, some really good, strong, defending women that have caused her to turn over the ball. And that has to be. So, again, one of the greatest things with Caitlin is to see her grow and to get stronger, which she will, because she's only 22. But she's also got the third most three-pointers right now in the league. And I think Sabrina's like one ahead of her right now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
only her first year.
Yeah, and which is why she's rookie. One of the things that's really cool. So last year, A'ja Wilson led WNBA in All-Star voting with 9,500 votes, right? To give you guys a little perspective on what we've been sort of referencing as the Caitlin effect. This year, Caitlin led the WNBA voting with over 700,000. Think about that for a second. Last year was less than 10,000. This year was
700,000.
So
yeah, that's insane.
That's nuts. And again, the Caitlin effect. And what's really
Caitlin Clark effect.
Yes, and what's the Caitlin Clark effect? And what's really cool too?
And who are the voters?
Just us. Well, we voted. You voted like 12 times. Like
I voted several times.
I voted once,
and you voted once.
I did. And I did vote Caitlin in because you could vote like the whole squad or something. And the last thing I want to say is I know that,
I mean, how many people are like tuning in and actually voting? So many more people than ever.
It's
just like ridiculous.
I mean, any business. Think about it from me because you're running your own business and crushing it. Like, think about a business that last year had 9,500 of something and this year has 700,000 of something. Like, that's insane. That's insanity.
Who's making that happen?
Well,
Caitlin
Clark
is getting the votes.
She is.
She's getting the votes,
and she's justifying it with her play. And one of the things I think is cool is that not only Caitlin but Angel too. They both did not make the Olympic team. And one thing I found out today too, when I was catching up on some sports info, is that basically in the middle of the season when the All-Star break kind of happens, like that's when the Olympics kind of like start occurring. And basically the WNBA All-Stars that didn't make the Olympic team play a game against the Olympic players, one game. And I just think it would be so badass if Caitlin throws up 30, Angel throws up 20 points, 20 rebounds, and they beat the Olympic team. Like, yeah, you want to not let us be on the team? Let's see what happens from now on. So
yeah, that would be awesome.
I want to watch. I want us to watch that game. I think that would be really kind of cool. So it's been really awesome, and I know we already said we're going to the game this weekend. We're going to Indiana. We went to see Caitlin and certainly support my girl Angel in Chicago a couple weeks ago, as we talked about on the show. But now we're going to go to Indiana. And I think that'll just be cool. It'll be cool to be part of that whole energy and environment. And stuff like that.
We'll be in the same, arena or Gainbridge Fieldhouse, where a lot of our show hosts, they have season tickets, and we'll be like, "Whoa, we're seeing so many stars."
Yeah, it'd be cool.
I mean, how many people got season tickets to the Fever, Fever game?
Right.
Like we're gonna be so excited.
It is. Yeah, and maybe Pat will decide to come on our show just for the heck.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. But we're looking forward to it. I'm really, again, I can't say this much as somebody that's in my 40s. I said it. I've been watching sports my whole life. I've not been following women's sports as much as I should. Now thinking things.
But I mean, don't you think that you're like more like kind of more like in thrills or I don't know the word. Like a little bit more excited about this than typically you are about like the men's sport, because just there's more like and
here's your point. I'm just as, which says a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've watched men's sports primarily my entire life. For sure, obviously, I love baseball so much, but I love football, I love basketball, even like hockey and stuff. So
okay, so out of the three,
yes,
the three major sports we cover, and I know there's hockey too.
Yeah,
but I know hockey's not.
It will be when Connor Bedard starts coming out. We're gonna start paying attention to you guys this year, Hawks.
You say Connor McDavid?
No, Connor Bedard, the rookie from the Hawks that won Rookie of the Year. Is be the second best player after Connor McDavid next year.
And we're gonna go to hockey games.
Yes, we are.
Okay, awesome. So here's the thing.
Yes.
Out of the sports we covered, what is your favorite? And I think I predicted, I guessed correctly because I told one of my acquaintances that I thought that this one was your favorite, and I think it's Sweetness.
Yeah.
Right? Is it?
So to watch on TV, it's definitely football. So that's the one that I'm most excited about.
And then it's Air over here.
Yeah. I mean, my first passion is baseball. Then there's no doubt about that.
Watching professional
on TV, I would actually go pro football, pro basketball, WNBA, Major League Baseball.
Wow.
And that's a lot for me to say that.
Wow.
Yes, I would definitely say
baseball's kind of slow.
Yeah. And I go into a game and even like playing and stuff like that. I mean, for me,
it's just slow.
I'm cool with it. Well, let's talk about the slow sport then, since it's all slow.
Yeah. So what's going on?
You're a Cardinals fan, and other than the Yankees, your team has the most championships of all time.
After Yankees.
I'm a White Sox fan.
Which we'll get to later.
Yes, well, regretfully we will.
And I feel like we're only talking about that they're this because you're a fan. I feel like if you're a fan of like the Cubs or the Cardinals,
right?
Or
the Cubs suck,
or the whatever,
and Twins suck, and Cardinals are kind of sucky too.
Well, if you were another fan, we wouldn't even be mentioning this.
Okay, well then let's just go there first then. Because yes, of course we would. Because I listen to nationally syndicated shows as well, and they will reference it on occasion. My beloved Chicago White Sox team is on pace to be the worst team out.
Ever. Not just this year.
No.
Just like ever.
Ever. And the team that's on the field wouldn't even probably win too many minor league games. It's really disgusting. And the only reason I do want to reference it because it actually is referenced. We're not the only ones that mention it. But would some of our favorite podcasts or ESPN shows, would they mention it? Well, I mean, if they were based in Illinois and one of the co-hosts is a lifelong devoted fan, I guess probably they would. So we'll stick with that because that's what we have going. If there was something noteworthy about the Cardinals, we talk about them too. Okay. The only thing that's noteworthy about my team, the White Sox, is they suck. And I mean, they suck. Please let that be one of the shorts.
Now, we had a picture of Frank Thomas on the wall. Oh. We'd definitely mention it.
Yeah, Big Frank. You know who's...
And I mean, I grew up in Central Illinois, but I used to watch WGN, and I used to watch Frank Thomas. When I was like 9 years old.
6'5", 275. Just big, not steroid big, by the way, because he was big as a kid. He was big in college when he played tight end at Auburn and played baseball. He's a big dude. You know, the only guy I can even think of that's roughly the same size as Frank Thomas was?
A basketball player?
No. Well, yes. But I'm saying in baseball, he's on the Yankees. His name is Aaron Judge. He this needs to be
did
updated.
31 homers in one
just
season.
hit one yesterday. No,
32.
No, 32 so far this season.
So far.
Yes.
Like we're still,
so a couple years,
4 months away from the end of the season.
A couple years ago, he established what I call the clean record of 62 home runs. Of course, the original person that hit 60 was Babe Ruth way back in the day, which that's even hard to talk about because it was segregated league. There was Negro leagues and there was major leagues. Not everybody played together, but still he hit 60 home runs. In fact, the first time Babe Ruth snapped off when he became a full-time player for the Yankees, he hit more home runs than every other team. True story. Combined. Like he hit more than the White Sox whole team did. He hit more than it's crazy. But so Babe hit 60. Then Roger Maris, 1961, hit 61. When that was the first year that Major League Baseball went from 154 games that they'd always played to 162. So that record was always sort of tainted. Then Aaron Judge from the Yankees currently right now, a couple years ago, hit 62, which is at the very least American League record. Now it's not the Major League Baseball record. Major League Baseball record was held by Mark McGwire, who played for your Cardinals and would,
But he was on
steroids.
Drugs.
And then later Barry Bonds.
We don't approve of people on drugs.
Barry Bonds, then
the record.
Mark McGwire. So I don't count that shit. I don't count those as records.
No, because if you're on drugs, is it fair?
No, it's not fair.
No.
So Aaron Judge,
Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa. Sorry,
Mark McGwire.
you guys are not
for sure
counted.
Agreed, and a lot of other players. And it's still weird that David Ortiz is in the Hall of Fame since he was. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. Yeah. He's got connections to steroids, so I don't get that one.
Aaron Judge, is he on drugs?
No, we don't know, because we never find out during it. But
so far
they test relentlessly. He hasn't been. He established that record a couple of years ago. He's on pace right now to do better. This year, last year at the same time, he had 31. Now he's got 32.
We'll see.
So we'll see.
We'll keep our tabs on this.
But I hope he does because he's a good guy.
If we're still here next year, we'll let you know.
Why? What
we're going to be here.
Am I going to die? Did you find something out?
Caitlin Clark will be here and gone, and we'll be here.
There you go. So, good luck, Aaron. We're going to keep following along the way.
Maybe Aaron will be here and gone.
That would be great.
Not like here on Earth and gone, like on our show.
Yeah.
And like, hey, we'll see you in a couple of years.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
gonna blow up.
If we don't get judged, at least we should get like a lawyer or something. But anyways, so we'll see.
Exactly.
Now,
an attorney.
We have kind of cut. We've cut down our movie reviews as far as going to see movies because we both were like,
because we're traveling.
We're traveling too much now. Why are we paying this?
Summertime is vacation time.
Yes.
And we love summer vacation.
Yes.
We are all about it.
Or it's just summer trips.
Yeah, we take trips or we actually go to paradise.
Yes.
We're all about it.
Yes. But we did watch a movie again. That
we love movies at home.
Yes.
We're bringing the cinema to home.
Yes, we do. Well said. Great job. We did watch this movie. I don't know if you guys heard of it before. It's
something that happens when you drink booze the night before and it's in the morning.
It's got yes. We saw this movie called The Hangover.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have heard it before.
Yeah, but it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Can you summarize it? What happened in The Hangover? In the movie The Hangover.
There's 4 main characters.
Yes.
Bradley Cooper.
Yes. Who plays Phil?
Phil. Stu. I forgot the actor.
Ed Helms from The Office.
And then Zach.
Yes.
And then
the other guy.
Doug.
Yeah, Doug.
In the movie,
Doug.
he's the one that
What happened? No. Explain the movie.
So they're going to like men's weekend. Vegas for bachelor party.
Bachelor party. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Unless you get like a disease that'll come with you. But anyways, go ahead.
Anyways, so they're going in Doug's father-in-law's like beastly car.
Yes.
And basically the car gets trashed.
Yes.
But that's beside the point. So they go there and
Alan,
Zach Galifianakis.
Right.
Yes. His character.
Yes.
Basically buys some roofies or
he wasn't trying to buy the roofies.
No, he accidentally got roofies.
Right.
Puts it in their drink.
Yes. Next day they wake up.
And while they're blacked out, they do all this crazy stuff.
So they wake up.
Stu gets married.
Yes.
They get a tiger with George Foreman.
No, Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
It was a boxer.
Yeah. So all this stuff happens,
yes.
and they get in a lot of trouble.
And somebody's missing.
And then Doug goes missing.
Your Doug's missing.
Yeah.
Really?
And they have to pay off like the guy. What's his name?
That I can't remember his name.
Chain Chong.
No.
Frank.
Sure.
I don't know.
Chow.
Yeah, so they have to pay him off, and they do that by gambling, because Alan can read cards like the Rain Man.
Yes.
And then the next day they wake up, and they're just like, totally, like, where's Doug?
Yes.
And that's how they get him back. They go with gambling.
Yes.
And Ed's like, my tooth's missing, and he discovers he married
Heather Graham.
A
prostitute.
And she has a baby.
Yes.
And Ed's like, Ted, what's his name? Stu?
Stu.
So yeah,
remember, and Alan calls the baby Carlos. At one point, he's sitting there with the baby, and they're sitting in a restaurant, and he takes Carlos' little hand, and he starts doing this, like, cool, Carlos is doing something.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yes.
Like, why are you making the baby, like, pretend he's, like, getting off?
Yes.
And it's just, like, a really wacky movie.
It is.
You have to see it
it's
to really
good.
Understand. It's really awesome. It's really funny.
Mike Tyson's in the movie. Like, it's a big thing.
And Tiger.
There's a tiger.
Not like Tiger in Aladdin.
Or Tiger Woods. Not Tiger Woods either. Not Tiger Woods either.
No.
Right.
He didn't get in an accident and get divorced because he cheated.
Oh.
But, like, Stu did cheat on his crazy girlfriend, who's basically a controlling bitch.
Right.
But,
I like how you whisper. That's my mom always does it, too. She's got to say something.
Yeah, and I don't go like, fuck, and, we gotta cut it out because of Mama.
Because I was showing respect to Mama. Whatever. Dude.
My mom. He calls my mom Mama. Yes. This is so cute. But anyways.
But
cards.
Yes.
Like Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark.
So again, you got to see the movie. You got. I know.
This is like an insane movie.
It's
insane. It's hilarious. And then Hangover 2 is in Bangkok, which is great.
Yes, and then Hangover 3 ends up being in Vegas. And that actually, I'm going to ask you, since we got a minute or so here.
I don't think I've seen Hangover 3.
Can you name one of your, you don't have to list them, but one of your, actually your top 3 favorite trilogies?
Lord of the Rings. And Star Wars.
The original.
Original and the later ones.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't see the original. I kind of seen the original, but I've definitely seen the first 3.
Yes.
The later ones.
Yes.
So, because I saw them in the theater.
Okay.
Because I couldn't see the original because I wasn't born.
Right.
Were you born?
We could cover that. We could cover that on another show. Those that know me know. Well,
what were your
what are my favorite?
No, what was their best moment in Hangover? Like, what was your favorite part?
In the original Hangover, the one that we just saw.
Yeah.
I mean, everything Alan does is so gold. I mean, he is hilarious. Exactly. He is hilarious.
I want you by next week to get the correct pronunciation for Zach's last name.
Yeah, I think it's Galifianakis. I think that's it. But there's
and also know Doug's actor's name.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough because the other guys are really like really famous. I don't know how famous Doug got. My favorite moment, again, there's so many. I think when they finally find Doug, and they're headed back to the wedding, and they're late, and they're hauling butt in the car and stuff like that.
And they're like changing suits.
Yeah, but at one point,
on the side of the road,
Doug goes, "Hey guys, we're gonna have a great time. Look what I found in my pocket." And he has $80,000 worth of chips. So even though they had to give the drug dealer $80,000 for Doug, blah, 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 he's basically like won it back for him. I thought that was cool. There was a part when Alan, the Zach character, is like wearing like a man purse basically, and then so Phil, the Bradley Cooper character, is like, "What are you doing? What are you wearing, a purse?" And then Alan's like, "It's a satchel. Indiana Jones wore one," And I just, everything that guy does and says in that movie is just gold. So
yeah,
the whole movie's great. Oh, you know what? Never mind. My favorite thing is at the end when Stewie, the Ed Helms character, tells off his bitch ass girlfriend and explodes on her because she cheated on him.
That's my favorite part too, because she's such a
bitch. She's such a
so
bitch.
mean.
We're not talking about a female dog here, guys.
No.
We're talking about a bitch.
No, like a witch.
Bitch.
A witch. A witch bitch.
Bitch. Yes.
Yeah,
Which is great.
I don't like people like that. Like, who just... And she cheated. She was the one who totally cheated on him.
Yeah.
Like, she fucked someone.
Yeah.
And
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sorry, Mom.
Wow. Well, okay. Anyways, thanks. We're going to keep going, keep growing. We love you guys. Have a good week.
Bye.
And we'll see you next week.
week.
Take care.
Bye.